Hi, community of Los Angeles. I have here the attorney Robert Doble.
It's a pleasure.
And the reason I have him here today is because the moratorium for the COVID is about to expire. There is some laws are changing, correct?
Correct. Always in the flux, right?
Always in the flux. That means it's gonna continue changing the law.
Right.
Okay. So, this is about to come like a hurricane because a lot of tenants, they were behind in the rent maybe for 5 months, 6 months, maybe some of them a year, right?
Right, exactly.
So pretty soon these evictions is gonna come, and actually our expectations is to have like tsunami of evictions, right? So now there is a lot of tenants, okay, that they call the office and say, the landlord give us a notices, and I want to talk to you about this termination notice because it's very confusing actually. Okay, and some of them they're receiving this notice like a 3-day notice, 30-day notice, 60-day notice, 90-day notice. Some of them even they make some kind of notices. And like we're gonna talk, for instance, the 3-day notice to pay or quick, correct? So apparently it's very confusing because some of the tenants they say, okay, after these 3 days I have to quit. Is that correct or not?
No. So after the 3-day notice, that's just the beginning. They still have to go to court and get a court order, or maybe you call it court permission, to actually evict you. So the sheriff cannot come and evict you after the 3 days. It doesn't work like that. This is just the first step.
How about the police? Can the police execute the evictions?
The sheriff only in LA County. So not the police don't do that.
Not the police, okay. So what you are telling us right now is this is just a notices, right?
Right, it's just the first step, the notice, and then comes the eviction lawsuit.
Okay, so they have 30-day notice, 60-day notice, all these kind of notices.
Right, after all these notices, you don't have to automatically move. You still get your day in court. They still have to go to court and prove their case.
Okay. So what the tenants can do when the landlords, they give them these notices and they say, hey, when you gonna vacate my property, the sheriff is gonna come. What you should tell our community when the landlord is trying to intimidate them with this kind of threats? What you can tell them?
I think the best answer is talk to my attorney, then actually get an attorney. Having an attorney in an eviction or what's called an unlawful detainer is the best thing you can do.
So that means when the landlord start threatening you, they have to get an attorney right away.
Yeah, you should contact our office because the first thing a landlord, so unfortunately landlords, the only thing they want is you out, right? And unfortunately some people lie and they say, the sheriff is coming tomorrow, and it just doesn't work like that. They have to go through the whole court process.
Oh, okay. So to make sure to clear up the whole idea, so basically is that the landlord don't have no authority to evict the tenant. It has to be through a court process, correct?
Right, a court order, what's actually called a writ of possession, issued by the court. Then the sheriff serves it, puts a notice on your door, tells you the next time they're coming back, then you'll be evicted. But again, this is an entire process. It doesn't just happen because the landlord gives you a notice.
Okay. Let's assume a tenant receives a 60-day notice. Okay, so after the expiration of this 60-day notice, they have to vacate the property?
No, again, it's the same thing. They still have to go to court, get a court order, a writ of possession, then have the sheriff evict you. Again, this is a long process, and you have certain defenses and your right to go to court.
Okay. How long this process can take? Especially when you say the whole process of
right. If you do nothing, if you don't hire a lawyer and you don't properly respond, take weeks. However, with an attorney, it can last between 3 to 9 months, and I've had last a lot longer. I've had cases since 2021, still ongoing.
Oh, I see. So if you have an attorney, then you have a better chance to stay in the property.
Absolutely, because there are many technical and intricate and detailed defenses For example, if their notice is wrong, if it has the wrong dollar amount, it's over, you can win. There's a lot of reasons you can win your case, but if you don't have an attorney, you're probably not going to know what the law is.
Okay. In some instance, those tenants can have some benefit like relocation assistance or those kind of, like money to move out, things like that? Or?
Yeah, certainly you can settle out of court. Also, like for instance, City of LA. If you evict for certain reasons, like the landlord wants to take over the rental unit, they have to pay your relocation benefits, and the city will help you decide how much you're owed. An attorney can help you get the proper amount so that it's put into a bank account for you or paid to you, and then you move out.
Okay. Now I need to talk about those apartments that they have a lot of unhabitable issues. And one of the biggest is the infestations of roaches and rats. So what they can do, sometimes these tenants, they report to the landlord, hey, when you gonna fumigate? I have roaches, bed bugs. If the landlord refuses to fumigate, what's the first step they have to do?
So again, you should contact an attorney, because an attorney can help you properly report it and put it in writing instead of just calling the landlord. That doesn't always get something done. Also, this can be a defense to an eviction. So for example, if you don't have heat, or you don't have, it's been cold lately, or you don't have, during the summer, you don't have air conditioning, or you don't have electricity, something like that, it can be a defense to an eviction case. And you say, it's not worth, whatever you're paying your rent, I want a deduction, and you can get a deduction in your rent, and a good attorney can help you do that.
Now, if the infestations is big, let's say it's overwhelming infestations, okay, and this landlord refuses to fix it, can they sue the landlord for these infestations?
Absolutely. It's called negligence, or like you said, violation of the warranty of habitability, and you can get money damages and maybe even make the landlord fix it. Absolutely.
Actually, this kind of infestation of the roaches can cause damage to your body, right?
Sure. I mean, they carry diseases, and there's probably coming from outside, so maybe it's cold inside, maybe you're getting very cold at night, and you're living in conditions that aren't really fit for a human being to live in. Yes. Okay.
How about when they have leakings?
Same thing. That you should not have it leaking when it rains in your house. And, you're gonna have your personal items destroyed. And again, this is like negligence, habitability. This is something you can sue. It's not an eviction case. It's a separate case. So you need an attorney that knows habitability cases, know what they're doing.
Okay, Attorney Robert, again here. So once these tenants, they have this kind of unhabitable condition, right? They have roaches, for instance. They have rats, and they have taken the photo. They have videos. They send to the landlord. They say, hey, I have this. You need to take care of that. And the landlord refuses to fix it. Correct. So at that point, what they should do?
Okay, again, you should really contact an attorney, because they can help you properly report it to the proper authorities. For example, the housing department, depending on which city and area you're in, or the health department. So you don't know which one is going to apply. It would be best if you get an attorney, and also an attorney can help you properly report it. You can give them videos, you can give them photos, but you need to explain everything that's wrong with the apartment, why the roaches are coming in, why the leaks, whatever's wrong, electricity problems. And they will even come and inspect the property, have somebody from the government inspect it, and that will give you more evidence. And they also send a notice to the landlord to fix these problems. And again, this will always help your case against your landlord.
So now, what happens if those tenants who live in a property with this kind of rat and roaches get sick? So what they should do?
Go see your doctor, of course. And tell them the problem, why you're getting sick. You say, there's a cockroach infestation, or there's a leak in my house, or cold air comes into my house, or I don't have a heater, or whatever it is. Let the doctors know that.
We have some tenants, especially women, right? They say the landlord tried to harass them So on that point, what they should do?
Again, contact an attorney and they can send a letter to the landlord and help you start the process. That's what's called, it could be harassment, it could be what's called the quiet enjoyment of property. You have a right to be left alone. You know, the landlord just can't come over when they want to and harass you.
Okay, so they have to have a proper way to contact you, right? Especially if they want to enter legally to the property, what they should do.
Oh, right. So they don't have to let the landlord in whenever they want to. By law, the landlord should give at least 24-hour written notice and either put it in your door or mail it to you and let you know why they're coming over. And there's only certain reasons they can come over. Again, it's good to contact an attorney.
Okay. But some landlords, they say, oh, this is my house and I can do whatever I want. What you can tell them to the tenants? Is that true?
It's not true. Technically they can come over when they want, just look at the property like anyone, right? But they can't just enter the property without giving you proper notice. They have to do that. And if they violate that, you could have a case against them.
So whoever live in this dwelling unit, house, or whatever, while they're living over there, that's their property, right?
You have an interest in the property. Obviously you don't own it, right? But you have an interest, that's your home.
That's your home, right?
And they can't just come over whenever they want to, no.
They have to have a proper way to enter.
They have to give you proper written notice and tell you why they're coming over. Like if they're there to repair it or inspect it, that's all fine, but they can't give you proper notice.
But in some instance, if the landlord wants to enter to the property repeatedly, yes, to harass the tenant.
Yeah, they can't do that by law. That's against the law. Again, I guess it's your choice. If you want to waive that and allow them in, I can just tell you what your rights are.
Okay. So if any tenant is abused by the landlord, let's say they insulting them, they say, you better get out from my house. Sometimes they use foul language. What they should do?
Again, contact an attorney. That's the best way. We can help you and see if you have a case. And
can they record these kind of conversations?
You can record inside your house. Obviously outside your house, you can always record.
Okay. So if any of these tenants, they have this problem, they have to contact you right away, correct?
Right. And you should always contact an attorney.
And you can help them.
Yeah, we'll have a meeting one-on-one with you. I'll go over your entire case, tell you how I can help you, tell you who to contact, help you do the contacts with the proper government agencies, start your lawsuit, whatever we have to do. Yeah.
Okay. Now, in regards to the unlawful retainers, so the only authority can get rid of the tenants is the judge.
Right, the judge has to issue an order. Again, it's called a writ of possession.
It's a judgment for possession, correct?
Right, it's a court order. The sheriff can go serve it. Only that's the only way. If they throw your stuff out, change the locks, whatever, contact an attorney. We can help you. That's illegal.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Attorney Robert, for this information. It's very important for our community in California. Here, the Attorney Doble, he has more than 10 years of experience doing landlord-tenant law. He's very knowledgeable. If you're facing any kind of harassment, or if your property is unhabitable, if the property has rats, contact us or contact the nearest attorney who can defend you. Okay, don't let the landlord bully you, correct?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, community. Again, this is Robert Doble here in Defensa de Inquilinos. Thank you so much.
Thank you.